Hello, welcome back to our channel, guys. Today we are doing a life update. I feel like the last one we did was probably a year ago.
Was it?
I think a year ago in January or something like that. Don't quote me on it. But we figured it was time to do a life update. I feel like so much has happened in the past year and we just want to share it with y'all.
A lot has happened. A lot of like light through the darkness type stuff, I feel like.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. I feel like 2024 was a transitional year for us, a year of growing, a year of a lot of lessons, a lot of hardships, and now I feel like this year is just going to be so good. We have so many things planned. We're not going to tell you everything. It's good to keep some things to ourselves, but we did want to update y'all on just things we have going on in our life.
Yeah.
If you're new here, my name is Destiny. This is my husband.
Mitch.
And we are 27 and 30. We live in Arizona. We're married. We do travel vlogs, sit down chit chats like this, just talking to y'all. So subscribe if you're interested.
Originally from Minnesota.
Yep.
And went to Texas, then went to Arizona.
Yep.
So that's all in our previous videos. If you want to watch.
Yeah, and I think kind of going off that is the first like update is just like how we like living in Arizona. We absolutely love it here and we plan to stay here for like as long as we can.
Yeah.
As long as it's habitable, right?
Yeah.
Because last summer was pretty harsh compared to the summer before that. Like our first summer here was like hot, and then the second summer was like a really long stretch of hot.
Yeah, but see, even that's not enough to make me leave. Right? Like,
so if it gets even hotter this year, you're not like, ooh.
well, I just don't think it's going to top that.
Okay.
That was like the worst summer, I guess, in a long time. Like the longest stretch of 100-degree days. And even that, I was like, this is way better than Minnesota.
I know. That's true.
It's also better than Texas because Texas is very humid.
Humid, dry heat, definitely dry heat.
Texas summers are unbearable because of that humidity.
Yeah.
So if that's not enough, I don't think I'll ever leave because I feel like that's like the worst. So.
Okay.
So I'm here to stay.
Well, we plan to stay for a very long time. We love it here. It feels like home more so than Minnesota and Texas ever did. For me personally, I feel like you feel the same way though.
Yes.
That like Arizona just feels like, it just feels like us, and we would love to raise our kids here. So
right, minus family, it feels like home.
Yeah, we're trying to convince our families to move out here, but I don't know. We'll see.
We just got to start our own. And so we have met friends. I guess that's an update too.
Yeah.
So something that's never happened in Texas.
Right.
We have met new friends here.
Yeah, so we do have like some solid friends here. So that's really nice. I really struggled with that in Texas. Mitch has always had like his childhood buddies that he could like talk to and like visit whenever we went back home to Minnesota. So you always had that, but I never really had like a solid group of friends. I have one friend that I've known since preschool and we're still friends now, and that is like the only person that I talk to since that time. But
and I still talk to my buddies on the phone for hours at a time.
Exactly. But it's nice because, okay, I met all of these people on Bumble, and then some of them I hadn't met in person yet, but the friends that I had met in person also connected with those people that I connected with on Bumble. So it was just like, it feels like it's just meant to be that we're all friends. And it's just really nice. So Bumble.
I feel like if you are a woman looking for a friend, Bumble is the place. I feel like it's not the place for men. I haven't tried it, but I just haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah.
But she has met so many people through this app, and they've all been friends with each other too. So it is kind of a great place to meet people if you're looking.
Yeah.
So
highly recommend Bumble BFF for finding friends. I did try it in Dallas, but I didn't have a lot of luck, and I also was scared to meet people there. I don't know. It just seemed like a really big place, so it was like scary to meet people. But I feel like Arizona is like a perfect middle ground. I wasn't like scared. I was really like, okay, I'm really looking for my friends, especially since we want to live here for a long time. So
and there's so much to do here too, so maybe it is something different, but it's worked. So
dry skin. Are you putting lotion on your face?
Yep. I am. It's just really dry.
Okay.
That's the bad side of it. But
skin flaking off.
But we also have another update.
We do. Okay, the most recent update, which I'm sure some of y'all have seen on my Instagram or TikTok or on YouTube Shorts, but You're like, yep, go ahead. Okay. I haven't graduated yet, but I finally completed my bachelor's degree. I got a bachelor's degree in marketing. I had gone straight after high school, but then I took some time off again because I wasn't really sure what I was doing. And then a few years later, I went back and got my undergrad certificate in marketing. And then I took some more time off. Like a year later, I was like, okay, do I want to go back to school? Because it's always been a goal of mine to get this degree for a multitude of reasons. First of all, as a backup plan. Second of all, I love marketing. I love social media. I think it's so fun, like the psychology side of it. It's just such a fun, interesting topic to me. And then also, I want to, when we do have kids one day, just have that as like a, what is it called? Not an accolade, but just like, hey, like proof that like education is important and that yes, it's hard, but like if I can do it, you can do it. Mitch has a bachelor's and a master's, and I obviously wanted to be on some sort of same level education-wise as you. So I was like, I gotta get my bachelor's. I want to prove to my kids that like you can do this too. So those are kind of like
if they want to.
Yeah, if they want to. Yeah.
I'm
not gonna force it.
Right,
but
right. I've always been the thing is like you don't have to go to school, but yeah, think about how you're gonna make money, right? And I think like your journey is actually cool because it's like you have made money, you have had a career outside of having any degree, so you kind of have that dual. You can be like, well, you know, I did it too, but you just have to know what you're gonna do,
right?
And so,
and by career he means this: YouTube, social media, TikTok, Instagram, brand deals. That's like what I do. So it was just really nice to have like the marketing, like the educational background to like prove if I do go into like the corporate world, just to be like, hey, like I have an educational background and I have years and years of like real world experience, like being a content creator. So I just thought it was like very fitting. So yeah, I completed my degree finally. It took me like 8 years on and off, but I'm just, all that matters is I reached the finish line, right? I'm so glad. It's just like a weight lifted off of my shoulder. I can like move on with my life. I have so many other things that I want to do. And that just frees up so much time and mental load for me. I will be graduating in either May or June. I'll figure out a little bit later, like in February or something. But since my college was all online, they do like a virtual / in-person one. So it's gonna be in Colorado and we're definitely gonna go because I want my walking across the stage moment. I never thought I would get that. So I definitely want that. And I'm really excited.
I can't wait to be the only person screaming in that when you're.
Oh my god! That's gonna be so funny. I can't wait. I love that so much.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long time alone though.
It is. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
You're gonna like it's gonna be fun though because usually you end up talking to the person next to you.
Yeah, exactly. So you might make another friend or two. Who knows? And your update.
I don't have any updates.
Stop.
No. Okay, we'll start with well, like I said, this year has been a very long year. Lots has happened. Lots has happened. Yeah, a lot has happened.
A lot has happened.
And the first one, this happened in like the middle of the year in May. I actually switched jobs.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, y'all. There's so much that we have not told y'all. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. But yes, Mitch switched jobs in May. And
I'm doing the same thing. It's not like my job's any different. I just started my own organization.
Yes.
And so that was fun, right? We basically just, me and a colleague of mine just basically took what we were doing at my current, or at my old job and made it our own thing. And so that was fun. It's been going good. And we're really happy about that. And so that's like been one update. It was kind of just more of the moral of the story is that, you know, taking a risk, because it was a huge risk, you know, it was worth it, at least for now. And I think like no matter how it ends or doesn't end, no matter how it goes, I am like so thankful for doing this. And
yeah, I feel like doing that type of stuff, like taking the big risks, makes you so much more confident in other areas of your life. And kind of like getting the degree, like it just makes you more confident and a go-getter. I don't know, I love it though.
Right.
I'm happy.
Right. And we wanted to do something, and it's better to do those when you don't have kids.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we were saying. We're like,
now or never. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was good. I feel like just like 2024 was like a year of like really like revelations. I'll say that. Like
pun intended.
well, like spiritual kind of awakenings in many ways. And I said at the beginning, kind of, it was like a year of seeing the light through the darkness. Right. We had several family members get cancer in 2024.
Yeah.
One had a very rough ride. Well, both had a very rough ride.
Yes.
One had several surgeries, ended up in the clear. Life has changed, but in the clear. Mm-hmm. The other ended up passing away. And I don't say that laughing. I was about to cry. I was trying to black it out. So we have had several just like very negative moments in 2024. Mm-hmm. And moments of darkness and reliving those and then in the midst of that also trying to continue growing like on the path that with those bumps kind of growing despite them and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think spiritually I have changed a lot. Mm-hmm. I think even if you talked to me 3 months ago, you would, like where I'm at now would seem crazy to you. And so for any friends or family that may be listening to this, just if I sound different to you, like I'm sorry about that. Like I guess sorry, not sorry, but right. But I understand how it might be different. I think I even confused my mom a little bit. If you're new here and don't know this, I converted to Judaism from Catholicism back in 2016. Mm-hmm. And a long time ago, I kind of moved away from like following Judaism, but like still considering myself a Jew. Mm-hmm. And then it kind of like moved away even where I'm like, okay, I started saying like, oh, I'm like, well, spiritually I'm a Jew. Culturally, I'm still a Christian. Because I didn't celebrate any Jewish holidays. Right. And so like, I just kind of started, well, I think in Jewish spiritual ways and stuff. And like, I didn't really have like a theology or anything. Mm-hmm. I kind of was just away from religion. Still thought it was good to have though. I've always been religious in many ways, just kind of like a wandering person.
Wandering soul.
And then like I started realizing like, well, I'm not even really spiritually Jewish. Mm-hmm. And so 2024 was kind of like a move away from Judaism entirely. And then already several years ago, I had like a new appreciation of the story of Jesus. Mm-hmm. But still I said like I was spiritually Jewish and culturally Christian, and well, that's a nice story, it's like I was just growing in that appreciation. This year I really realized that it's more of an appreciation for that story. And I think I really realized this year that through him you will know the Father. Mm-hmm. And I felt that, truthfully. I kept bringing up the story through the darkness. I kept bringing up the story of Jesus to bring us out of it as a man and wife. And I think I did that throughout the entire year and even 2023 a little bit. And then at one point I was just like, why do I keep doing that? Because it was so... And, I think I was, even though I wasn't labeling myself a Christian, I was using Jesus to see the Father. And I think that that's the weird way that the Spirit can guide us. Mm-hmm. And so eventually I just came to this realization that, wow, like I'm using Jesus in the way that he actually says to, and that we were experiencing God through him. Mm-hmm. And I had to first accept that, and then I had to like formally like break away from Judaism. And formally I did it myself, but I did renounce my Jewish faith, if you want to call it that. Mm-hmm. And I have once again accepted my place in Christianity. And I'm a Catholic. If you're wondering, I was baptized as a kid. I feel like in many ways that baptism did give me the Spirit and has been guiding me through this path. I've been saying that I've been following the truth with the small t and have now found the truth with the big T. And so I feel in many ways like I don't regret my journey going to Judaism, kind of falling out of it. I did almost, like, I think I almost became atheist actually at one point this year. Like
this year?
Yeah, this year. Like, I think I literally, like, I didn't go atheist. I didn't go that far. If I would have followed a certain path, though, I might have. I was very close. But I feel like I went to the depths and came back, so.
Yeah.
And so I don't regret anything. And in many ways, I think I had to kind of take up Judaism to understand what it was, what I now see it missing, and what Christianity provided the world in fulfilling certain things. Again, if you had talked to me 3 months ago, this would all sound crazy to you coming from me. So, so just a lot of revelations, and a very big spiritual year.
Yeah,
for sure. But I feel like through it, I just feel firm in life.
Yeah.
I feel like we've had a good marriage, but I feel like this has almost completed it in many ways. Not necessarily like completed it, because like it's never necessarily complete, but it's definitely like given it a new unity.
Like we were solid before, but now it's like solid, like unbreakable solid because of that. So yeah, I feel like it's just done so much good for our marriage, and yeah, I'm just really happy that we're on the same page. Obviously, if you haven't been here, I am Christian. I've been brought up as Christian all my life. I've loved going to church. I love God. It's something that's always been with me, and I feel like at certain points in my life, when I look back on it, like the times in my life where I felt most depressed or sad or just lost in life were moments I'm realizing now are the moments that I was like not close with God. Even though it, like, he was always there with me, like I just didn't foster a strong enough relationship. And now I'm like realizing that, so I feel like also for me, like with you going through this, I just feel so much more like, okay, we're on the same page now, and it just feels like, it just feels amazing. There's like just so much peace there.
Right, yeah.
And I just love it.
Yep.
So I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud of us. Yeah, just a huge year in that realm of things. And you know, I think like we all tend to turn to God in some way during hard times. And I think like I don't like being a hypocrite. And so like I don't like, and I have been for so long, and I don't like using God in hard times and then not thanking him in the good times.
Yes.
And I've always been like that. Like, you know, I've always had that in my head, but I've never quite lived up to it. I've tried, but like I said, I haven't been able to do it because in my opinion now, I was not following the right faith, you know. And in many ways, it's like in the bad times, you're like asking God to help.
Yeah.
And then in the good times, it's like, I feel like I was forgetting to thank and to praise.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you come to that realization, it's hard not to do that when you're like, well, you've saved me, and now I need to praise that, you know. Yes. So.
Absolutely. In some other news, Mitch and I are in a cult, and
the cult of Ramsey.
And
not Egyptian.
Mitch and I are in the Ramsey cult, and because of that, we were forced to pay. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm joking. Okay, but seriously, on a serious note, this is like one of our greatest accomplishments as a unit. You know what I mean? Like, this is something that I feel like a lot of people take a long time to do or never really think about or get too comfortable with. But it's something that we were like, we are not like other people. And we want to be debt free.
Yes.
And so I would say last year we spent a lot of time on road trips listening to Dave Ramsey.
Yeah. We got really big into Dave Ramsey.
We did.
Really, really big into Dave Ramsey. And we, listening to it, like, we had some debt. And if you don't know Dave Ramsey, like, he's just the debt. If you have debt, go to him. Like, if you want to get out of debt, he's the guy to go to, right? Now, a lot of finance bros and whatnot will scoff at the name of Dave Ramsey because he's not. If you want to like be like an aggressive investor, Dave Ramsey's not the guy.
Not for you.
And so, like, and if I ever want to do that, I'm probably not going to go to Dave Ramsey. But if you want to get out of debt and if you don't want to go into debt, this dude is the guy. And many of you probably already know him, but if you don't know,
he's been around for years, decades. So.
And so we were listening to this with debt.
Yes.
We won't say how much, but we made it our mission to get out of it.
We did.
And we had a plan, and it went better than that plan. Only by the, don't ask us how we did it, because it was only by the grace of God. Like, we could not, right. I don't know how it happened as quick as it did, other than just being blessed by him. But we managed to do it, I think within 6 months. We got rid of everything. And
we're debt free.
We're debt free. It's great.
Woo!
And you just committed to it. And the hardest part is clicking that pay now button when you're doing a huge lump sum, because you think you're giving, you think you're paying off something that like isn't yours to pay off almost, even though it's like, no, like that's, I spent that, you know?
Exactly.
So that's the hardest part. But once you get over that, it actually becomes fun. And if you do it together, it's easier too. When like both of you like,
like we like every time we did it, we're like, okay, swipe it, pay. It was just honestly, it's such a great journey because it taught us a lot about how to manage our money better. And
just thinking about it too.
Exactly. It created a common goal for us to reach. And I don't know, that just made it so much more exciting that we were both like, we're in on this. We're both in on it, and we both want to be debt free and just not be tied to anything anymore.
Especially not to a debt, you know, like it's just something so icky about it. And I feel like, you know, it's so hard not to. That debt came from when we were young and broke and needed groceries. So it's very hard not to do it. And that's what I think is so wrong about certain things. So I'm not blaming anyone, and I'm not blaming our old selves for doing it. But I'm so thankful that now we are in a position to get rid of that. And I think that Dave Ramsey is a saint for doing what he does. Like he helps people get out of the one thing that's crippling so many people.
So many people, yes.
It's crazy what is happening in that world. You know? So we're glad to be out of it.
We are. It's taught us that we never want to be back in it.
Yes.
So I'm glad we learned that lesson now while we're young. We don't have kids. We don't have a house yet. It's just given us so much more just like knowledge going into whatever we go into next of how to pay for things without going into debt. I don't want to do that again. Unless it's a mortgage, obviously. But other than that, no more debt, please.
And just like spending within our means too.
Exactly.
It's just, we were never taught this.
No, what the heck?
We were never taught this. And that's not an excuse, but it is like a justification in many ways.
Is it now?
Yeah.
We were young and dumb and no one taught us anything. So thanks, parents. I'm just kidding.
Or maybe I should have said it's not justification, but it is an excuse. I think that's
I think I like that better.
Yeah, you don't learn from the schools. Your parents think the schools are teaching you, so no one teaches you. And
exactly.
Half of America ends up in debt. So.
More than half. 3/4.
And don't even get me started on student debt. I mean,
student loan debt's not real. No,
they basically funneled all the students into financial aid in high school, and I think that's just criminal.
Wrong on so many levels.
I didn't know. I thought it was free money at the time. I had no idea what the hell financial aid was. When I was a kid, like, I had no idea what was going on. I was just like, okay, this is just what you do to go to college, I guess.
Right, yeah, and that's just bad. Like, we just weren't taught enough about it. The fact that you thought that, that's bad.
Right. I had no idea. Granted, I probably wasn't paying attention. And so, but I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
I didn't know what subsidized or unsubsidized was.
I still am confused by that.
Subsidized is, yeah, I guess I still don't know necessarily. Like, but I know what subsidized means.
Yeah.
It's basically like government helping versus no government helping.
Right, okay, yeah.
Is it lower interest rates though? That's probably
I don't know.
Or no interest rates. One of the two.
The fact that we still don't know.
Yeah. I should know. This is embarrassing.
You are a finance. You have a master's in finance.
Still don't. I know what subsidy means. I don't know what the...
Babe.
I'm done with school. I don't even think about this.
Yeah, same. I'm done.
Right. I once knew. You just forget.
No, that's right. Any other updates that we have?
Not a life update, but a life lesson. Lesson.
A life lesson.
What's that?
What's that?
What's
that?
Just love your family.
Aw.
Love your friends and family. Show love.
Yeah.
Stop being petty, even if they are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling myself this because this is something I've just learned this year. Like, I mean, honestly, if I think about it, if someone else had died, would I in last year, right? Would I have wished I was petty or less petty, more loving? And I just always think like about that now, and
Yeah.
it's helped. And so it's just like love your family, love your friends. When they call, pick up the phone. You know.
Yeah. Call more.
Call more.
Reach out more. Hang out more.
Yeah.
All the things.
Yeah. So.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that's it. But as a little teaser. No, I don't want to give teasers.
No teasers.
No teasers. No teasers. Just subscribe and stay tuned. We're going to keep posting. I know that we haven't posted like very consistently over the past year, but now I'm hoping y'all understand why. Life has been rough. But we just have so much hopes for this year, and we have so many fun plans, and I feel like this year is just the start of really starting our life.
Yes.
Do you feel that way? Like, of course we've started our lives, but like, I feel like we've squared so many things away, and now we know what we're chasing after.
Right, I get what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's really exciting.
Yeah. I just don't necessarily think I was the star of our life.
Yeah, okay, but you know what I mean.
It's a new beginning of a chapter.
There we go.
I like
a
chapters.
new beginning
Right. So.
of the best story to ever be written.
Ours is an oral story at this point. So.
But all right, thank you guys so much for watching, for tuning in to our life update, for even caring about our lives. We've been on YouTube for like 7 years, and I'm just so grateful for y'all. This community that we've created is just, I just love it so much. I feel like you guys are my friends, my family, and yeah, subscribe, stay tuned for all the fun stuff to come this year. And if you have any more questions for us about our lives, we'll talk with you in the comments. And we'll see y'all in our next video.
Peace out, guys.
Bye.